Good morning, Spiritual Life Center. How are you guys doing this morning? It's good to see you. We have some great music for you. We have William Minionfield here. He's going to sing some tunes for you. We have Carrie back on the keys. And yes, and we're all going to start off with our welcome song. Here we go. You ready? I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In the right place, I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. In my soul, oh my soul is welcome here. Oh my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh yeah, your soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul. Oh, my soul is welcome here. And I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. My soul is welcome here. Yeah. My soul is welcome here. 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 So yes, welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome
Indeed, the message is loud and clear. Our souls are welcome here. Good morning, Reverend Deborah. Good to see you this morning, and everyone else.
Good morning, Reverend James. It's great to see you. And we greet you in the name of all that is good, all that is holy, and all that is sacred, and in the warm and loving energy of this community, Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people worshiping in temples, mosques, churches, stone circles, and the beautiful temples of nature, because we know that there is no space that God does not grace. And if you're with us for the very first time today, whether you're watching us online or here in person, we especially want to welcome you because we know that you are not here by accident. We know that every one of us is here by divine appointment. And of course, we're always very excited to get together on Sunday morning. And the excitement extends to silencing your electronic devices. And please refrain from flash photography during the service.
Well, now that we've created that clearing to connect with His presence, let us do so at this moment. Recognizing and knowing that any time we commune with the Spirit of the living God, for it's with us always. It's never separate and apart from who and what we are. It never moves from us. We may in our own minds move from it, but we can always come back home. Come back home and realize that we are connected to a presence, a love, an energy that is always there for us and can never forsake us. We recognize that it's here to uplift us, not only individually but collectively, as we make the qualities of this presence the activity of our awareness. And so we do so now in every moment of our day, that we're aware of our oneness with this presence. And as more and more individuals do this, then we begin to uplift all of humanity. And we shed and shine that light to the entire world. So we not only bring ourselves into this circle of divine expression of love, but we bring all others on the planet, no matter where they are, no matter what they're going through or growing through, no matter how challenging it may be. That there's a divine answer to every seeming problem that we seem to face on the human plane. And so we realize the solution is there for us. And our task is simply to lift ourselves to be one with this solution, one with this energy field. And seemingly miracles begin to happen. So we affirm that truth, we live that truth, for we are this truth. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Well, we have a very important purpose and mission at Spiritual Life Center that's reflected in our mission statement. And I invite you to join in as we say it together. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world, as we love, serve, and remember. More than ever, I think these principles are important as we see the events taking place. And so we do our part by incorporating and living out these 5 universal principles to the best of our ability. Again, let's affirm them together. God is absolute good and everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God, and we must take action.
And the action this week is the 3rd week of Reverend James' Sacred Symbolism, unveiling the metaphysical and mystical layers of the Bible. Now, if you haven't been to the class yet, it's not too late. You can still come. And this is an amazing class. What you are doing, what Reverend James is doing, he's not saying, okay, here's the passage and this is the metaphysical meaning. He is actually showing us how to interpret it for ourselves. He's giving us 3 or 4 steps? 4 steps.
4 steps, yeah.
Yeah, to go through to say, okay, if I parse it out and I do this and I do this, this is what it means to me. It is the most amazing interpretation class I've ever attended. So there's 2 more weeks of it. So
yeah, we'll take some stories that we're familiar with and see how we can apply it in our life.
Yeah, it's you got to come. The community meal is at 6, and the class starts at 7. And he says we won't stay till 8:30, but we probably will.
Well, today at our information section at 1 o'clock, for those who are new to Spiritual Life Center or just want to know more about our community and you just want to have some questions about us, if you're not a current member, or even if you are, you can still attend the session. And we'll just give information about what it means to be a community member and answer questions that you may have, what that entails. And so that'll take place at 1 o'clock today. And it also will be on Zoom if you're not able to attend in person. I know a lot of folks will leave and don't want to necessarily come back, but you can also just Zoom in and also be part of that experience.
And I believe that Zoom link is on the website.
Yes, Zoom link is on the website.
So the Laurel and Hardy group, they call themselves, the local chapter calls themselves Another Fine Mess. Every other month on the 4th Sunday, they do show a couple of films, and next week they will be showing The Ghost and The Devil's Brother, and they say wear a mask, wear a costume. They're going to have some fun. So You're welcome. You don't have to sign up for it, just show up.
Just show up and just have some fun. Laurel and Hardy, good old wholesome stuff going on. At Spiritual Life Center, we have a number of our congregants and members that are doing wonderful things outside the community, including writing books. And Jan Adrian, one of the longtime members of Spiritual Life Center, is going to have a book signing next week. And her book is titled Coloring Outside the Lines, Surviving and Thriving with Cancer for 30-plus years. So it'll be a very powerful book to read, and she'll have a chance to meet the author next week when she offers to sell her book and have her sign it for you. So it should be good, and she's going to be here next week to talk about it.
And I believe they're already available at the hub, so if you went to buy the book this week and just get, you can be first in line if you already have your book. So we're calling tinkers, tailors, candlestick makers, and other crafts and gift makers for the Thrive Treasures Marketplace Boutique on the 28th, and they're taking what up to the 25th, I believe. You can sign up for this, but the sooner we know who the vendors will be, the easier it will be for Sally. Sally Sion is leading this, and you can sign up online. So pull out your crafty stuff and get working.
All right. We're looking for tinkers. Okay.
Okay, we need tinkers.
Calling all tinkers.
And remember, there are many activities that here at Spiritual Life Center that foster our transformation in our lives. So check out our weekly offerings and other small groups and all the different things that are going on. The happenings are posted on the bulletin board in the courtyard. You can talk to the ladies at the hub, and of course, you can always go to the website to find out what you need.
And of course, we connect with folks that when we come to Spiritual Life Center, our different events and activities that take place. But we don't have to wait for something special to happen. We connect with someone right here and now. So I invite you in a manner that feels comfortable for you just to connect to a friend or a future friend and say, you are marvelous and glad you are here.
Please stay standing for our group song, our Faith in Action song by Paula Mandela. Faith is the key. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Let's all sing together. Living my life from the inside out, moving toward my dreams, turning away all my fears and doubts. World of black is not what it seems. It's no secret. There's a universal truth. The life that we are living is the life that we choose. And faith is the key to the kingdom of power within me. I see it, believe it, and now I can achieve it. Love moves in me and transforms every fear into courage.
Well, indeed, faith is the key, and we reinforce that each year with our Faith in Action series program. And we were supposed to do the meditation, the affirmation? No, okay, now. Okay, to make sure. All right. Get it together, James. Each year we have our Faith in Action series, and each week we have a different topic. And each week we have a resident artist that gives a pictorial representation of the topic for the week. So this week's artist is our one and only Daniel Thomas, and he chose this photograph to reflect the reality of affluence on our planet and in our lives. And he writes, the word affluence is defined as a state of having a great deal of money or wealth. When I am in the flow of the universe, present to the abundance of nature and connected to God, I am in a state of wealth. Money is nice too. Don't get me wrong. But when I am connected to the reality of this moment, I am in the flow of the divine flow of God or universal substance. Just like the river in my photo is flowing abundantly, nonstop, the sun is shining its warmth, the clouds floating in the sky, carrying moisture to nourish the land and feed the river and plants. All is in harmony and in the flow. This harmony has been taking place for thousands of years. The flow is endless and never ceasing. This is true for us too. As Eric Butterworth says, knowing that you are in the flow of the stream is the basis for faith and the key to the only kind of security you can ever know. And this stream that flows from within you has no other intent except to flow through you and as you. The flow of water is always following the path of least resistance. And if I can be like the river, I am wealthy and blessed beyond measure. Daniel Thomas, thank you.
And now, as we move into the contemplative part of our service, let us say our vision statement together. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions. Weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom, we cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet.
Love is why I'm here. Let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Give and receive. and receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why we're here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why we're here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Let me give and then receive. Let me give and then receive.
Let us get in the flow of this channel of divine love. And we go there when we seek out that peaceful place and bask in the flow of unlimited substance, unlimited light, and unlimited divine and perfect love. I invite you to simply take a moment to relax your body temple and to release any unnecessary tension that you may feel through your abdomen or your shoulders or neck. But simply take a position that allows you to be relaxed as well as alert. And if you choose to close your eyes or look downwards, simply rest your hands in an easy and effortless way. Scan your awareness through the sensations of your body and continue to soften and release any obvious areas of tension within that body. And as you breathe in and breathe out, allow your body to simply and completely and fully relax. Know your body temple is becoming calm and comfortable. And you release any tensions in your lips or your eyes or your neck. Just relax in that comfortable place. And in this relaxed state, in this centered feeling, I invite you to bring yourself to your favorite, peaceful, beautiful place. It could be a silent redwood grove with a cool shade, with towering trees. It could be a white sand beach where the ocean waves simply lap the shore and you smell the sea and you feel at home. It could be a place just in your imagination where you're lovely and slowly swaying on a bridge that you're standing on, watching the water below flow through. Or you may be sitting under the shade and watching the golden sun rise over the horizon. Whatever this special place is for you, imagine you're in it. You're surrounded by it. Bring yourself into the picture of this place. Put yourself there. Walk around and look at this lovely, beautiful, relaxing surrounding. You're in the scene. You're living it right here and now. And ask, what do I see? And what is this scene that is causing myself to be most relaxed? What do I smell in the air? Can I smell the trees and the soil that may be around me or beneath me? Or if I'm near an ocean, do I smell the salty air? Visualize this, embody this, be this. And notice how it feels. And know that you can stay in this scene as long as you desire. Enjoying this moment of relaxation. This place of relaxation that you've taken just for yourself. Let's go there in the silence for just a moment. To slowly come back to that comfortable moment that was there before you. Imagine your special place. And if you've had your eyes closed, slowly open them if you so desire. To be here now, this time in this reality. And notice how relaxed you feel in this moment. And bring this feeling with you anywhere, at any place. It is always our choice to go to that secret place of the Most High that is for us and supports us always. And for this, we are grateful. And for this, we are very grateful and thankful. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen.
God of creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time. no point of reference. You spoke to the dark and fleshed out the wonder of light. And as you speak, 100 billion galaxies are born. In the vapor of your breath, the planets form. If the stars were made to worship, so will I. God of your promise, you don't speak in vain, no syllable empty or void. For once you have spoken, all nature and science follows the sound of your voice. Ooh. And as you speak, 100 billion creatures catch your breath, evolving in pursuit of what you said. It all reveals your nature, so will I. If the stars are made to worship, so will I. If the mountains bow in reverence, so will I. If the oceans roar your greatness, so will I. For in everything exists to lift you high, so will I. If the wind goes where you send it, so will I. If the rocks cry out in silence, so will I. If the sun of all our praises still runs shy, then we'll sing again 100 billion times. God of salvation, seek out my heart through all of my trials and pain. And once you created the light of the world to draw us from darkness and rain. And as you speak, I can feel your heart in everything you've done. Every part designed a work of art called love. All creation sings your praises, so will I. I can see your heart in different ways. Every precious child of God and grace. As you give your life to love, and so will I. Like you would again 100 billion times. But what measure could amount to your desire? You're the one who never leaves the one behind.
Let there be light.
That's a bright idea.
Dang, he wins. Okay, so that is how, by the way, amazing. Thank you, William. Thank you. Yes. So this is how the Hebrew Bible says that all this got started, by God turning on the lights. But obviously, it isn't only God who can do this. All I did was say, let there be light, and it came. Now, of course, for that to happen, I needed the right awareness and to engage the cooperation of Andrew and Ira in the booth. It was like turn the lights down or leave the lights down, and then adjust the sound, and then on my cue, turn them back on. And we all had to know that light was available, and if we turned it off, it would come back. We had to have all of that in our consciousness. We had to believe it. And then finally, I needed to speak the words. It was a co-creative process. And it only worked because the three of us had the same intention. What would have happened if I had come up here and forgotten to say those words? Well, first of all, it wouldn't have been funny. And our trusty AV team would have still eventually brought up the lights, but the whole effect would have been lost, and it really would have been awkward. And they would have then people would think that they messed up, and that would not have been pleased the AV team. So we worked together to have that little moment. And thus we come into week 3 of Faith in Action by looking at 2 chapters, the reality of affluence and the effusion of light. Now, Reverend James has been mentioning to me that because Butterworth packs so much into each chapter, it's a little difficult to whittle it down to one idea because we've only got, like 20 minutes here. Well, this week I had 2 chapters. And I was thinking, right, sure, James. And it took me a while. It's like, what should I share today? And I wanted to talk about light, but substance is important too. Oh my, what am I going to do? And I kept going back to the book, looking for clues, looking for that one quote that would scream at me and say, this is what we're going to talk about today. And alas, all it did was add to my word salad. Then it dawned on me that I was looking outside myself for the answer. Talk about missing the point. So I put everything down and I wandered around the house for a bit, just letting everything go and just listening to the inner voice. And these are the things that came up. First of all, I was discounting my own inclination. I was trying too hard, and I know no one else has ever done that, but I'm just saying that it has happened. I was trying to be all things to all people. The image came of standing in a river with water flowing all around me. And it was flowing around me because I was walking upstream and I was pushing against the water. And that just pushed all the ideas out. So that was the disconnect. When I turned and moved in the direction of the stream, then I was connected and the resistance evaporated. And of course, the irony of this happening in the middle of a book that talks about being in the flow does not escape me. How could I be looking right at it and still go into Disneyland? But we all do this because we feel responsible for making life happen. I must do this. I've got to get this, deliver this. I'm responsible. I can't let people down. And when we put this pressure on ourselves, we get completely sidetracked and forget to look in the most obvious place, which is within. Now, one of the reasons this happened is all this within stuff is invisible. We can't touch it. We can't feel it. We can't see the process working. And on top of that, we live in a world where we say, to heck with the process and just want to jump to the result. We have doubt. We have fear. We are impatient. We try to change the outer world. We try too hard. And we want results yesterday by noon. We want to have, and we feel obligated to do. And so we are easily run by the outer world because that is what we can see. And so it's more real to us. And even when we make an amazing demonstration, one that clearly could only have come from our inner knowing and connection, we still might wonder how that happened. We don't take credit for what works. We only take credit for what doesn't work. And again, this is because we spend so much time looking at results instead of immersing ourselves in the process. In the reality of affluence, which is the first chapter for this week, Butterworth says, practicing the presence means to practice thinking that we are surrounded by a divine presence that wishes you well and wishes you well as you are expressing it as life. Now that's a great image, but for me it was slightly lacking because the way this particular line is phrased, it sort of sounds like this presence is outside us, wishing us well, but it felt a little bit like separation. But when you move into the next chapter, the of effluence of light, he makes up for it by saying that we need all the light we can get. And then, of course, I had to argue with that a little bit too, because that's just me. Because personally, I don't think we can get any more light. We are light. We have all the light we can get because we are complete. But are we aware of our light? And are we aware of how powerful we are? Are we aware of our possibilities? Not so much, really. We have our moments. I mentioned how we get in our own way earlier. All of that judgment and distrust that we carry really puts a damper on our inner light. Like clouds that move across the sky and cover the sun, our doubts and fears dim the light that we are. But there are those moments when the clouds scuttle aside, and in that moment we shine and feel the fullness of ourselves, our inner divinity. Now, we tend to think that a demonstration or a mystical insight should be all dramatic and huge. But some of the most meaningful experiences are often quiet and fleeting. And I really shouldn't say fleeting because they still stay with you. As I said, we sometimes discount these experiences by not recognizing that they came from within, from our guidance, from our intuition. They are ours. Now, up here at the corner of, where are we in this building? Anyway, okay, at the corner of Watt and Marconi, there's a Raley's grocery store. Now, you can come out of that parking lot onto Watt, and you can either turn right or left. Well, one day I came out and I was going to turn right, but I also needed to cross the 3 lanes of traffic to get into the left turn lane so I could turn left onto Marconi. And I pulled up, and I waited, and there was a lot of traffic that was passing by. And one car stopped far enough to, very politely let me in, and I waved them on because I had to go across 3 lanes of traffic. And then another car did the same thing. Well, for some reason, this irritated me. And it was odd because they were being nice, and it's not like it had never happened before, but I was really annoyed. And so I decided that if my car was in a slightly different angle, maybe wouldn't keep stopping, and maybe they'd just stop bugging me. So I backed up a little bit and I repositioned. And almost immediately, a Jeep came barreling down the road on the right side of all of the traffic. It's had 2 wheels in the gutter and 2 wheels on the sidewalk. And it blasted, I bet it was going at least 60 miles an hour, and it blasted by and then bullied its way back into traffic at around about where was the signal. And I just sat there and I was dumbfounded. And I knew that if I had not moved, that Jeep would have T-boned me on the driver's side of my car. I would not be here doing this talk. Sorry. So I drove home in a daze, and they think I called my friend Patty and said, I don't think I could even talk. And I'm sure there were tears of gratitude. Later, though, either that night or the next day, I began to question, would I really have been in the path? Am I just, am I being all dramatic? So I went back, and yeah, I was just a little bit on that sidewalk. It would have not been pretty. Why did I question that guidance? Why did I have to go back and check? Because it didn't feel like my normal kind of guidance. Because usually it's very insistent, or I even hear a little voice in my head, or I just got a feeling it's friendly like. This was just irritation. And I mean, like, how spiritual is that? And see, here, I'm probably not the only person who wants to categorize intuition or inner guidance or inspiration as spiritual, airy-fairy, happy. We want it to feel good. We want to instantly recognize it. We want to feel like God is speaking directly to us, loving us. But when that happens, we often argue with it. And I love how Butterworth notes that we often ask for guidance for something that we're going to do anyway. I don't think we mean to be contrary, but this inner dialogue, however it happens for us, is not easy to identify, and so we doubt. What happened in this case was irritation. It didn't feel like a message. It didn't feel like anything to respond to. And this was good because I didn't waste any time arguing or doubting. I just didn't want to be irritated, and so I moved. And thank you. We are souls living a full inner life and expressing it through our bodies. We are in tune with the universal energies, and we know so much more than we can even begin to realize. As young children, we fully live from the inside out. Can you remember that? Can you even remember living from the inside out fully and not questioning the world? Of course, as we grow older, we begin to identify more with the outer world, and that's partly because we're trained that way, and partly it's just out of daily experience. And again, the outer world just feels more real. I can touch this, I can feel it, I could probably smell it. Yet, when we begin to practice the presence in the sense of communing with our own inner light, we start to understand that anything and everything comes into being through our inner knowing, through our inner messages. Have you ever started to do something like a simple repair and not either had the tools or known quite how to go about it, and then the idea of a rubber band and Scotch tape comes into your head and it's fixed? Just like, oh, well, that was simple. That is guidance. And maybe you get an idea for a project and you don't really know where the idea came from. I know a woman who said she got up one morning and basically heard a voice that said, "You're going to write a book." She had never really considered writing a book, had no inclination to do so, and she sat down and she started writing. And she sat there and she wrote an entire book about counseling. Now, she said that it didn't sell and it didn't make her rich, which of course she had hoped, but the process healed her. The idea came out of nowhere. How often do you do something and then say, "I don't know why I did that, but I'm so glad I did"? Nowhere is your friend. That nowhere place. Please pay attention to these moments. Sure, the road to Damascus experiences are amazing and dramatic, but they can also be a distraction because they feel so good and they are so dramatic that it's easy to get caught up in just getting stuck and trying to recreate that instead of benefiting from the long-term experience. It's the quiet moments, the nudges, the hints that lead us to the heights because they build on one another. Sometimes the most subtle intuitional experience can completely change your life. Did my experience change my life? Not really in any external way, no. But if you know me, you know that I can be a little flip about what I am called to do here. I joke that I just came to do a small group and be anonymous, and then I complain about how miserably I failed at the anonymous part. That moment, That moment showed me that I am valuable. It told me that I have a real purpose here, that I am needed, that I am worth keeping around. After the shock and the gratitude came the very humbling understanding that I am here for a reason and that I should be about my Father's business. And yeah, I can still sound flip about it, but inside I know the truth. I am here for a reason. Every one of us is here for a reason. Each of you, there's a reason. We may not always know our why, but I ask you this. Which grain of sand can the beach do without? We are light beings sharing this plane with our physical bodies. Our inner self, call it our light, our wisdom, our intuition, our inner force, is a living, moving energy. It guides and protects us even when we are not paying attention or when we are arguing with it. Which is actually hilarious, because when we are doubting and questioning and arguing, we are not doing that to God, we're arguing with ourselves. It's time to sit down and say, let there be light for yourself. The light is here, in and round and through you. You have but to call upon it. It is there, ready for you to throw the switch. The more you learn to recognize those moments, the stronger your light will be. Will you fully shine all the time? No. But those moments when you do will carry you far, so very far. Jesus says to let your light shine, to be who you really are. And who are you? You are the light of the world. Go forth and shine. And each week we have, during Faith in Action, we have an affirmation that we use for the week, and let us say this one together. In the flow, I experience an effusion of light as creative ideas, unerring guidance, and answers unceasing. I am light. Light is me.
Thank you, Reverend Deborah, being the light for us this morning and letting us flow into that substance and let that light come through us. Well, next week we're going to continue on our Faith in Action series, and I'm going to speak on synchronize with life. So we're continuing on with this flow theme that we've been having for this year. And Reverend Deborah will do the meditation, and Ann Roach will be here with Larry and Stole Light Connection. So we invite you to be part of that experience as we continue on. If you're looking for some prayer, that you have a challenge that you're going through or growing through right now, you can join one of or more of our loving team of 8 chaplains who are wear the white stoles, and they'll be in the courtyard to pray with you immediately after the service. So we invite you to connect with one of our chaplains. Also, anyone here for the very first time online, if you want to stay in contact with Spiritual Life Center, you can fill out the online welcome card. But most importantly, if anyone's here for the very first time in person, any first-timers here today? Oh, these are the first. Oh, yes, there. Yeah. Thank you for being here. There's some over here to my left, the right side of the room, stage right. Or is that stage left? I always get that confused. House right? Well, thank you so much for coming here today. We appreciate you, we support you, and we see you doing magnificent things. And you can fill out one of the cards if you'd like to stay in contact with us and be aware of what's going on at Spiritual Life Center. And of course, if you have the purple ribbon, you can wear that and get a special Spiritual Life Center greeting for one of our friends or congregants at Spiritual Life Center. At this time, I invite those who happen to be online, like to support Spiritual Life Center with their gift or their offering. You can simply text SLC Love to 44321. That's SLC Love to 44321. Or go to our website, slcworld.org, click the Donate tab, and give in other ways, including how to send a check by mail, if that's your preference as well. And also, if you're watching us online, you can like, subscribe, share, because the more people that know about us and know about what we're doing, the more we get people who can incorporate these teachings in a world that is so desperately needing, this transformation as we go through interesting times. For as we are lifted up, then of course the entire world is lifted up in some way, shape, or form, even if we're not aware of it. So with that, I invite those who wish to support Spiritual Life Center with your gift today, or if you've given already online or electronically, or given on a regular basis, just know that you're in the flow that says that whatever we give out does indeed come back to us in ways we never thought of or never imagined. And you're also supporting a community that is providing a place for those who are searching and looking for ways to grow and develop and unfold and fulfill their spiritual potential. We are one in that spirit. So with that, I invite us together to affirm our offertory blessing. Let's say it together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
So many choices, so little time. So many mountains left to climb. But I know that it gets clearer as I get nearer to where I want to be. I can't be anybody but myself, and everybody else is already taken. I've got to follow my own road, and God only knows where I'm going.
Everybody's trying to fit in. I gotta feel good in my own skin. Yeah. Gonna use my imagination for inspiration every chance I get.
I can't be anybody but myself, and everybody else is already taken. I've got to follow my own road, and God only knows where I'm going. Oh, trust in my instincts, they'll keep me in sync with my head and my heart and my soul. I can't be anybody but myself, and everybody else is already taken. Yeah, I've got to follow my own road. God only knows where I'm going. I can't be anybody but myself. Can't be everybody else is already taken. God only knows where I'm going. I've got to follow my own road. God only knows where I'm going.
William Menenfield.
William and Louise singing nothing but the truth. It can only be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Man. Oh. Well, we take this time to bless those who have blessed us with their gifts and offerings to Spiritual Life Center, whether online or in person, or have sent their funds electronically each and every week or month, whatever time frame has worked for them, because we know that we are in a flow of divine substance that says whatever comes through us that we share with others, something comes back to us. So we're grateful for the opportunity to be the channels of this infinite flow of substance that is around us all the time, to be those expressions of the light that we are. In a world where there seems to be so much darkness, we are here to shine the light on those places so that we can begin to see the truth of who and what we are when we are seen at our highest and best and as those expressions of the divine that we truly are at depth. So we're grateful for this opportunity to let God be God in us each and every day of our life. And we do it in our own unique ways. For this, we're grateful and thankful. We also bless those who have left their prayers in the prayer box throughout today or any time throughout the week, knowing that we all have these challenges that come up in our life in this thing called living. But no matter what the challenge is, there's always a divine and perfect spiritual solution that may be something that we never thought of or never imagined, but Spirit only works in perfect solutions and in answers. And our task is simply to be one with that answer by lifting ourselves up to be in tune with the Spirit of God in our own unique ways. And then we watch miracle upon miracle seemingly happen, and they happen in ways that we never thought of. So we're grateful that this presence is with us, for us, and is an expression of our life, and we are an expression of its life. So we go forth now knowing that we can rest assured that all is well, for this presence is with us always and in all ways. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. So with that, let us join together as we affirm our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. I am. And all is well. Let's sing our peace song. Okay.
Peace on earth.
And let it begin with me. Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let this be the moment. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me. Nice.
Peace and blessings. Go with the flow throughout the week and hang around for a little post-service music.